Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Verena Borell. I'm an evolutionary astrologer and an astrologer in evolution. And in this video, I want to talk about the current energies and the energies of the upcoming Scorpio season. So I'm recording this video on October 20th, and the sun will move into Scorpio on October 23rd, 2023. And you can already watch a video on my channel about eclipse season. So we are at the moment in the midst of eclipse season. We just had the solar eclipse in Libra, and we are heading towards a lunar eclipse in Taurus on October 28th. There already exists a video about eclipse season. I attended to a panel discussion, and we discussed around 2 hours all of the eclipse things. And I will talk a little bit about the eclipses, but more focused on the overarching topics and the potentials that Scorpio season might have for us. So, as you know, when you watched other videos that I recorded, I really consider transits as not as the cause or the reason for the circumstances here on planet Earth. I consider the transits more as indicators of energies that are in the field. So astrology is so powerful because we can read in the sky, we can see by the movements of the planets, by the transits, what energies are in the field, and part of our evolutionary part of our personal and collective evolution. And there is no linear cause and effect. It's more that we are all here on planet Earth, the cosmos, you, me, everything is connected, and it's more like an energetic web, but not so much like a one-way cause and effect relationship. So at the moment, we are experiencing the first eclipse season with the new lunar nodes. So the lunar nodes changed from Scorpio and Taurus into Aries and Libra this summer 2023, and are now in Aries and Libra. The north node is in Aries, the south node in Libra, until spring 2025. So this means this eclipse season is the first one with the Aries Libra on the Aries Libra axis. And before that, the eclipses have been on the Taurus Scorpio axis. And I experienced really a huge shift in the energy. So with Taurus and Scorpio, these are both yin signs. These are earth and water, and both fixed archetypes. And I experienced the eclipses and the time with the lunar nodes in Taurus and Scorpio in general as very intense, very deep, very transformative on a soul level. But it was fixed. It was not quick. It was really deep and intense, and slow. And now, with the lunar nodes in Aries and Libra, we are talking about fire and air. We are talking about yang energies and cardinal archetypes. And I experience, especially now in this eclipse season, it's so fast. Changes are coming fast. Changes are coming hard, like pushed in your face. You're initiated into the new. It feels a little bit harsh and very quick and kind of overwhelming because it's so much in such a short time. And I'm not only talking about bad things that are happening. No, eclipses are catalysts for change, but eclipses also symbolize times where old chapters are closing, but new portals can open up. But even that can be overwhelming because it's so much. And especially with these Aries and Libra topics, it's quite challenging because I think that Aries and Libra are really symbolizing very core topics of that we experience when we are a human being on planet Earth. And that means the self in relationships. So with Aries, we discover our I am, ourself. With Libra, we discover relationships. And being in relationships and belonging, being in contact with others, is for our nervous system a prerequisite for survival. Because in the old times, we could not survive when we have been alone. So attachment, belonging, Libra, is very fundamental for our survival. Aries. But the problem is that then we can come into the shadow of Libra, that we adapt and fawn and people please in order to feel a sense of belonging. So that is the shadow of Libra. And we are in this collective and personal evolution that we are allowing ourselves more and more to show up in a very authentic way, to gain a new level of self-sovereignty, self-leadership, and to really let go of this idea that we have to fulfill the expectations of society and of other persons all the time, and really step into our own self-empowerment and our own authentic path, our authentic gifts. We start to really feel more and more that it's time to bring to the world what is really authentic to us and what is really our medicine. Aries North Node, authenticity, being the leader of your own life. And when we do that, that brings changes in the dynamics of our relationships, because when you change, your relationships change. And when you are showing up in a more authentic way, all of these fears to be rejected, to not belong anymore, to disappoint others might show up. And Gabor Mate, I already mentioned it in my Libra video, talks always about attachment versus authenticity. And authenticity is for me Aries, and attachment is for me Libra. And when children are in danger, or not only children, when we are, so our nervous system always decides to stay in attachment and let go of authenticity, because attachment is safe. And authenticity is not that important in the eyes of our nervous system. So it's really challenging at the moment. And as I said, many things are happening, and I think that you might experience that you tried new things and now you are maybe struggling in your relationship, struggling about the next steps that you want to take, etc. And now Scorpio season comes, and Scorpio season comes with the lunar eclipse in Taurus on the North Node in Aries, and then a new moon in Scorpio. And Mars is in Scorpio now, will build over the new moon. Mars and the sun and the moon will build a trine to Neptune in Pisces. And at the beginning of Scorpio season, the sun will trine Saturn in Pisces. So I have the feeling, especially around the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, it's really about slowing down. So we experience these very quick, fast, harsh Aries Libra initiations on steroids in the last weeks. And I have the feeling that Scorpio and Taurus and Scorpio season are really indicate that it's now time to come back into our feeling body and into our body. So really give ourselves time, especially around the full moon lunar eclipse on October 28th, to really give yourself time to integrate and to slow down. To come back to a more natural pace, to let go of this extreme air fire, young tempo and pace of Aries and Libra. Really allow yourself to withdraw, especially from your relationships too, to feel what you really need. So for me, this Taurus lunar eclipse is really about come back to the basics. And the basics are your body. Do you drink enough? Do you eat enough? Do you sleep enough? Are you warm? Do you move enough? Back to basic. Out of this very heady energy, it's a very mental and intellectual energy, Libra, and the very Aries is also in the head. So it's a lot up there. And I think the Taurus lunar eclipse says really, okay, come down to earth, come back to basics. What do you really need? What do you want? What are your values? What is important for you? And for you, not for your counterpart, for you. So maybe you want to take this Taurus lunar eclipse as an invitation to follow what you maybe already feel subconsciously or consciously, that you really need time to rest, to digest, to integrate, that you really have to focus, okay, what is actually important for me, and withdraw a little bit from other people and give yourself nurturing, listen to your heart. Venus is the ruler of this lunar eclipse in Taurus, and she is over this eclipse in Virgo, in the priestess energy of Virgo. So it's all about coming back to your inner temple, gaining clarity, because Venus in Virgo teaches us that, or she stands for an energy that tells us that you cannot serve out of an empty cup. So you need more balance between giving and receiving. So this Taurus lunar eclipse might be a time to fill up your cup and really nurture yourself, really nourish yourself, so that you come back to your center and into a new alignment and listen to the wisdom of your body. Jupiter will conjunct the moon at the moon will conjunct Jupiter at the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, and really listen to your body wisdom. Calm down, find clarity, Venus in Virgo, within. Tend your inner flame. Because with Virgo and Taurus, we learn that we just can have balanced and equal relationships when we come from a place of self-sovereignty, self-sufficiency, self-trust, when we know what we need. And this Taurus lunar eclipse is also very important in regard to the question if you think you need others to feel good. So especially in our modern, consumer-oriented society, capitalism, we are told that we need something outside, something external, goods, material goods, other people, that we can feel good and can feel nourished. And this Taurus lunar eclipse might ask you, what do you already have? So it's really about letting go of the idea that you need maybe another person or another thing or something from your customers, from your clients to feel nourished. So how can you give yourself this feeling of nourishment? And what do you already have? What are your resources? What are your resources? What is already there? And I think that this Taurus lunar eclipse has this overarching topic of back to basics and what do you need? What are your needs? What are your values? Are your relationships in alignment with your values? Question mark. And then 2 weeks later, we have the new moon in Scorpio, which is no eclipse, I look up the exact date for you. It's on November 13th, and it's on 20°43' Scorpio, and the lunar eclipse is on October 28th, and it's on 5°9' Taurus. So the new moon in Scorpio 2 weeks later is really like, for me, the climax of Scorpio season. And at that time, the sun is conjunct Mars, Mars is conjunct Sun, and both trine Neptune. And I think it's really, this new moon really reflects the overarching energy of the whole Scorpio season. It's really becoming aware of your deep, deep desires. Self-honesty in regard to your desires, what you truly want, and what you maybe repressed in the last weeks, in the last months, in the last lifetimes that you already had on planet Earth. So I think that the most important message is that you can just create relationships. So we are still with these Aries Libra nodes in the realm of relationships. You can just create relationships that are equal and balanced and actually nourishing and good if you are very honest and self-honest in regard to your desires. So if you just show up, and also Scorpio in conjunct Aries, if you want to show up in a very authentic way, that means that you own your shadow, that you don't repress parts of you or don't show parts of you that you hate. For me, this whole Scorpio season is really deep inner shadow work, deep inner work, to become more aware of what you really want on a soul level. What are your emotional needs? What do you maybe don't allow yourself to feel and to want and to desire because you are afraid to be rejected by another person, by society? Pluto is still in Capricorn. So I have the feeling that it's maybe very important in Scorpio season to allow yourself first to drop back into your feeling body, to really integrate all of these Libra Aries topics on an emotional basis. What do you actually feel at the moment? So there's so many things happening very quickly, but what do you feel? And Jeffrey Wolf Green, the founder of evolutionary astrology, always said that evolution, we evolve through our feeling body, through our emotional body. So the water signs, especially Scorpio, are so important for our evolution. And I think that the Scorpio season is really a huge invitation and an opportunity to go deeper. It's a yin sign, to connect with your emotions, to connect with your deep feelings. And if you want relationships that are really intimate and close, and where you really where you trust each other, that means that you must show up in a way that is really honest, and that includes that you own parts of you that you don't like so much. And I think this Scorpio season, and especially the new moon, it has a lot of potential for healing because it's trine Neptune in Pisces. And I don't know, but when I feel into this lunation and into this month, I have the feeling that there maybe is coming a lot of grief, a lot of intense emotions, sadness, grief, maybe feelings of loss and betrayal too. So be very conscious with these Scorpio energies. Especially when we talk about relationships, Scorpio can be around about jealousy, about betrayal, but often because of a deep, deep, deep fear and trauma around loss. So if you experienced loss in this life or in past lives, then you are maybe afraid that your counterpart betrays you, that they are not honest to you. So it may be very important to look at these parts that are afraid, that are scared, and do healing work around that, especially inner child healing, shadow work, etc. Because I think that the Scorpio season is really a huge opportunity to become very self-honest and honest with others on a deep, 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 deep level. And as I said, we are in this overarching topic of the Aries North Node. That means, yeah, stepping into a new level of authenticity, stepping into a new level of self-leadership. And that includes that you are aware of all of your parts. Because if you repress certain desires because you learned that they are not accepted, if you repress them, then you can never be your whole self and your full self and really self-empowered, because you can just be self-empowered, Scorpio, when you really accept and see and embrace your whole self. Does that mean that you should follow every desire that you have? No, certainly not. It's about bringing consciousness to them so that you then see, okay, are these really desires that help me to evolve and to grow? Or are these desires which root in a deep, deep, deep fear? And then we can do some healing work around that. So with Scorpio, triggers become also the signals for we might have repressed desires. So be very aware of triggers, be very aware of situations that feel painful, so that you can see them as signals to dive deeper, to gain more self-consciousness, and to do maybe healing work, or allow yourself to do the thing that your soul really wants. So to bring it to an end, because I really want to give you just a short inspiration to live in the next weeks in a more conscious way. I think it might be important to first slow down, allow yourself time to integrate. Second, take care of your body. What are your essential needs? Are you nurturing yourself good enough? Do you have enough sleep, food? The third thing that might be important is to drop into your feeling body. Allow yourself to integrate the changes and maybe all of these, experiences on an emotional level. And then get in contact with your deep, deep desires, get in contact with your Taurus, your needs, your values, what you truly want. And then with your deep desires, what do you maybe repress because you are afraid to show that, or to say that, or to want that, or to even think that, because you think you are rejected by others or judged by others. So there can be a lot of shame topics. But yes, I think that this is a huge opportunity to gain a new level of self-consciousness and self-awareness and self-honesty. And we need that when we want to, step into a new level of authenticity and of self-leadership and self-sovereignty. So we need to do this inner work. And we did this inner work in the last 1.5 years with Scorpio and Taurus. So you maybe experience situations that feel very like the circle is closing. because this Taurus Lunar Eclipse is also the last one in Taurus Scorpio, so which is a part of the time with the lunar nodes in Taurus and Scorpio. So you can even reflect about the eclipse seasons in 2022, which happened in spring and autumn. And maybe you see that topics are now, chapters are closing. So maybe there is something that is coming to an end and you are initiated into the new. And with all of these eclipse times, I have the feeling it's very important to really be present for the invitations of life and to be willing to release. And the last thing that I feel is very important, because Saturn in Pisces is in a trine to the sun when the sun moves into Scorpio, and Saturn in Pisces is also in a trine when we have the lunar eclipse in Taurus to the sun and then a sextile to the moon. I have the feeling that here is something around patience in the field. With Aries and Libra, everything is so quick. And this Saturn in Pisces, it feels like it's telling us, or this energy reflects something around, give yourself time to grow into this new level and into this new version of yourself. Maybe you tried new things in the last weeks and they did not work, and you now doubt if you are on the right path. But if your heart tells you that this is actually your path, it's maybe the case that you just need some more time and you must work on it. So I think there is something around slow down, see where you maybe need more time to grow into these new versions of yourself, into the new version of yourself, into this new level that you want to reach or that you want to experience. Maybe it's time to work on it too. So I think there is something around patience, because Aries can be so impatient and it can be such a hasty energy. And I have the feeling that the Scorpio and Scorpio season, this Taurus lunation, is really a good opportunity to give ourselves some time to integrate on every level and to really find back to a more natural pace, which means that we must stop ourselves from fear-based, too hasty actions and really consider our capacity, the capacity of our body. And of course, changes are so challenging for our nervous system, for our body. So Taurus and Scorpio season can be good to really allow ourselves and to allow our system and our nervous system to calm down a little bit and to adapt to the changes that we experienced with already the full moon in Aries and the solar eclipse in Libra. Okay, everyone, I hope that you got some inspirations. As I said, it's more a little overview of what I feel is happening or is in the field right now. And if you feel that these eclipses are very challenging for you and you need some support and guidance, I would love to support you in a one-on-one evolutionary astrology session, or in a Akashic record session, or in an astro guidance, which is where I support you over several months. I have updated my calendar, so you can now book your end of the year one-on-one astro session. I have not so many spots available for one-on-one sessions because I do a lot of teaching and other stuff too. So first come, first serve. You find the link to my one-on-one offerings in the video description. And my calendars are open for November and December. so you can book your session for the end of the year. And yeah, I offer, as I said, one-on-one evolutionary astrology sessions for new clients, for returning clients. I offer one-on-one goddess sessions. These are evolutionary astrology sessions, but we focus on Venus, the Venus phase, Venus cycle that you are born into, and some asteroid goddesses and other goddess planetary bodies. And then I have the Akashic Record session where I open the wise and expansive field of the Akashic Records for you. And then I have my astro guidance where I support you over several months, and we meet every 3 weeks for a one-on-one session. And so you can integrate your new insights. And it's really, if you want to grow sustainably and have enough time to really apply your new self-awareness and your new self-knowledge and have the support from me on your path. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below the video, and don't hesitate to write me an email. You can also get my free Venus guide. I'll link it in the show notes for you. It's a free gift, a beautiful guide about Venus as a planet, as an archetype. That's my gift for you. And don't forget to book your one-on-one session for the end of the year. And you find all information about me on my website. I'm very active on Instagram. You can follow me there, and you find all the links in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and take exquisitely good care of yourself. Eclipse season is challenging, especially when you work with other people. Please, please, please take care of your own needs and really allow yourself nourishment and support and all the space and the care you need. Okay, I send you so much love, and have, even though the time is challenging, have a transformative time.